Hi friends, MD Vegan. I make a cashew mayonnaise today with turmeric main seasoning. And that's a typical way I usually make a video for the dressing that I can use for several salads. I make a little bit more. Here I have my container ready to put all the rest dressing in here and then put it in the fridge. And whenever I want to make a salad, it's pretty much every day, I take it out and pour it over some veggies that fits. The veggies, of course, have to fit to the dressing and the other way around. So not every dressing can be used for every salad, but that is the thing where it begins to become interesting for a chef to make a composition. And this mayonnaise is creamy, and as it is creamy, it is mainly for salads that have firm green leafy greens and firmer ingredients in general. So tender leafy green, like a lettuce, for example, that has to be careful with the mayonnaise that is a little bit of creamier dressing, because the tender leafy greens, they get mashed, and then they lose all their beauty and their flavor. That's not good. So it is for certain salads, and each dressing has to be fitting to the salad. But here are basic dressings like this turmeric cashew mayonnaise. I made other turmeric mayonnaises before with sesame seeds or others. This one with this cashew has a special different flavor, of course. Sesame is more bitter, more earthly flavor. Cashews are more sweet, and so there are some difference. But the base of a mayonnaise is you have a fatty part, and that can be nuts or seeds, and a more fatty part even, that is what I would use, avocado, for example. In a classical traditional mayonnaise, you use oil. You mix up the oil with the lemon juice or with vinegar to get it into a mayonnaise, a creamier texture, something a little bit like a pudding, a little bit mayonnaise texture. But the oil I avoid most of the time. I only take very small amounts because it's so-called empty calories, and it's not so nice because many nutrients are missing in oil. The body needs for information, for example, to know when it is filled, and I feel full. Oil makes me always eat more and more because the body doesn't have the signals from the very valuable nutrients in the whole fruit, nuts, or olives, for example, olive oil. And so this stop sign is missing when I use oils. So I do that sometimes for texture. I know it's not necessarily healthy in a medical scientific way, as doctors like Dr. Greger point out on all the time, and others with scientific studies in the background. But I use it sometimes to get a little texture, a little bit flavor, very small amounts only. In general, I avoid, and that is so much lighter. So nice. So nice a feeling to have these oil-free dressings, for example, where I formerly always used oil. Like my mother or others, they always used oil. That was genuine. That was normal. But now it's cashews. It's almost a cup, and an avocado. Did I show you? Yeah, it's a beautiful avocado. One avocado, and it's always easier to make a more dressing because you can. It's easier to measure the ingredients. A cup of cashew and one avocado, then you don't need to take care of the rest of the avocado. Otherwise, when I have a half avocado left, I don't eat it, put it in the refrigerator, it gets bad, turns bad very, very quickly. As soon as you open an avocado, it's hard to save. So when you have more dressing, that is a very simple thing. You don't only have a more economic way of making a salad very quickly, in 5 minutes or so, or 10, with a pre-made dressing. You also have the advantage that you can make it easier, and you save ingredients maybe even. And I have half a lemon here, half of a medium of a large lemon, peeled, goes in here. That's the sour part. So the fatty part with the avocado to make it even more fatty, and the sour part. That's the base of the mayonnaise. And for the seasoning, I make it very simple today. I use pepper and salt. That is a large heaping teaspoon each, Himalayan salt and black peppercorns. If you don't have a power blender, a high-speed blender, you maybe have ground pepper. And I have a chili pepper here. A whole chili pepper goes in there. Yeah, I love this flavor. And the seeds, this is not a very hot chili pepper, but if there are some chili peppers that are so hot, you wouldn't use the whole one. Maybe you have to you scrape out the seeds from the chili bean because they can be so hot you don't want to eat it anymore. You can ruin a whole dressing, a whole dish, if people don't like the hot flavor. But this is not too hot. It's a little bit, and the seeds are very scarcely. Only the seeds can be a very hot part of the chili. But as I said, this is a medium one. The main part here is the turmeric root. Here I have a lot of turmeric, and you see this is the famous orange color of turmeric root. I just cut it open. You see, it's a lot. You see, it's a handful. It's a large handful. See, and that is good for this dressing. It gives the dressing a nice orange color, also together with the red chili pepper. If you have recently, I used for the same dressing. I used in a salad recipe, I used bird's eye chili powder. It's also nice. But this one makes it also a little bit more reddish. And I like this because turmeric is typically orange, and you will see the color. But I have to use some water. I forgot. Of course, water is important here. So I begin with a small amount. I can always add a little bit of water later. And as I said, salad mayonnaise is runnier than regular mayonnaise. A little bit runnier. I will need a little bit more water. Blender dance. That was the first blending. I might have to do a second blending, as the cashews have not been soaked. They are soaking right now, and I didn't put all the water in I would need. Yeah. And this is now too thick a mayonnaise, and it's not as smooth as it should be, as I like it. I can also smell the wonderful fragrance, earth fragrance from the turmeric. Turmeric by itself has a very strong earth flavor, a very strong, powerful tuber or root. A tuber is a kind of root, like potatoes are tubers. Yeah. A little bit different, but similar. And if I lost my thread. Now I will taste it now. No, it doesn't matter. I come back to it in a moment. I taste it, and let's see what it tastes like. There is again the earth-like flavor. Yeah, it's delicious. It's wonderful. I still taste the earth flavor, but as I put in some chili, some salt, some pepper, yeah, some lemon, the flavor is moderated, and it's nice. It becomes a little bit like an earth touch. Yeah, not too much. And it's wonderful for a salad. Salads need the dressings for a salad needs to have a strong flavor, over seasoned a little bit, because in the salad they are diluted, and because they covering all the ingredients of the salad that they're made for, and then they taste different, not so intense anymore. And so that's why when you season the dressing, it has to be over seasoned a little bit. So a little bit of earth flavor here will be nice when you put it on the right ingredients. So, but I have to use a little bit more of salt. I already found a little bit more Himalayan salt, a bit more. Pepper is okay, just a little bit salt. That's all, and of course more water. By now, it has already soaked a little bit. You can also let it soak a minute more or so. Just here for the other, I can wait a little bit more to tell you one more thing about turmeric. What's the most important and most interesting fact about turmeric, other than the flavor? The turmeric is also one of our most potent drugs. It is a seasoning spice. It's used in traditional Indian cooking a lot. makes the curry powder yellow, that is the turmeric color, the curcumin, and to do its health benefits, to really unfold its health benefits, it needs to be combined with fat, either fat or both, or black pepper. Then it goes into the system and does it work. It's very high in anti-inflammatory. It can even be used as a cure against cancer, but that you have to talk to your doctor. Don't self-medicate if you have cancer or so. Don't do that on yourself. Go to a doctor that is maybe vegan at best, and work with him on the therapy. Not do it yourself. Yeah, that is too dangerous with cancer. Everybody is different, you know, and I'm not a medical advisor. I cannot tell you what to do there, but I just caution you not just doing yourself. Yeah. So, but it is recognized in thousands of studies, very serious studies, that this has a very strong effect. And they found out, as they saw the effects, they couldn't explain how, and then they wanted to know, because it's so important, because it's such an important disease in our on planet Earth, in industrialized countries at least, where we have the wrong food, or many people have the wrong food. Animal food is not good. And that is turmeric does the job very well if you use it correct with black pepper or fat. Yeah, either way, or you can do both. So I now blend it a second time. I should have soaked a little bit more now to get it really creamy and the best flavor. Spices and herbs, by the way, are the second healthiest food, as medical science found. And the list on top are the green vegetables, and then spices and herbs, and then fruit. So spices, very, very good. You can combine spices in all your food. It's always a great support for your health. And now it looks like a mayonnaise, salad mayonnaise. So a little bit runnier than regular mayonnaise, and let's taste it. It should be right now. Yeah, wonderful. I'll show you. It's a very nice flavor. That's what it looks like after the second blending. You see it's runny, and it's still thick and creamy. Oh, it fits all in. That's a nice flow. So I can put that in the refrigerator, store it for, let's say, about a week, I would say. All these ingredients, the salt, the pepper, the chili, that makes it keeping a little bit longer. Other dressings don't keep that long, maybe 4 days or so, 3-4 days. Yeah, you have to use it soon. But a salad, but this dressing I think it would be a week or so that you can store it, and then you should have used it. Otherwise, then it turns bad and tastes a little bit different. Then it tastes bitter, and so on. You feel it then. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. I will make, of course, a salad with this, and I share with you pretty soon. And in the recent days, I made some salads with this same dressing. I tried a little bit, tweaked a little bit here, a little bit there, more this, less that. And you can see these dressings, these salads already on the internet, on my YouTube channel, MD Vegan. You can find them there called Turmeric Mayonnaise. This will be called Turmeric Cashew Mayonnaise because I have different turmeric mayonnaises. And then you can find, if you can put in the name of the ingredient into the search line of YouTube, you say, for example, turmeric, MD Vegan, and you'll find all the recipes listed where I have used turmeric in a recipe, in the title of a recipe. The main ingredients are usually written down in the titles of the recipe, what I want to focus on. And so, of course, this you find immediately when you search turmeric MD Vegan. This will show up. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy. Like my video, subscribe MD Vegan on YouTube. Have another recipe every single day. And find me on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and Twitter.